this evening on a Saturday. And thanks a lot once again to our audience. So, with that, I'll give the stage to you. Please feel free to share your screen and we get started.
Thanks, Amik. Just give me a sign once the screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you so much. So I will start now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Indian Cloud Security Summit 2023. A very good morning, afternoon, evening to all of you, based on whatever location you are coming from. I would like to say a great thanks to all of you to spend your lovely sunny weekend with us. At least I'm assuming at your place in India. For me, it's raining and the snowing since the days. I will try my level best to make the session interactive and alive, so please bear with me for the next 40 to 45 minutes. As this is a virtual session, so please be aware about the fire and the safety protocols from your location you are dialing in, and also the session is being recorded, so please also be aware about the privacy policies. I hope by the end of your precious 40 to 45 minutes, you will be confident enough to talk and work with the co-pilots in the Power Platform and Micro 365 without having any myth in your mind around this area. I would like to briefly introduce myself here and then I will go deep dive for this session. My name is Ambej Singh. I'm currently working with the Avnar Deutschland as a Dynamic 365 and the Power Platform architect. Prior to that, I worked with the KPMG, Deutschland, PSN View, EA Sports, and mostly in my career, I worked with the Microsoft in the different product groups, global consultings, and the deliverables. I am also the mentor and the ambassador of 365 Saturdays and now the Power Community and love to speak and share my learnings on the Azure, Power Platform, and Dynamic 365 topics. So, are you eager to dive into the world of the Power Platform and the harness of the power of artificial intelligence to create the intelligent apps? So, Microsoft introduced us to creating the Power Platform solution with the Copilot, a cutting edge artificial intelligence tool, the AI tool, that will accelerate our development process and make our app smarter than ever before. So, Copilot is an revolutionary AI powered tool for Microsoft Power Platform designed to streamline the development process and enhance the intelligence of our applications. It is also the sophisticated processing and orchestration engines working behind the scenes to to combine the power of LLMs, which is the large language modules, including the GPT-4, with the Microsoft 365 apps and business data into the Microsoft Graphs also. So Microsoft, Copilot implement rigorous web privacy practices. All collected data is anonymized and aggregated, ensuring that individual users or the organization cannot be identified at any point of cost. This strict adherence to the policies or the privacy standard means users can leverage the Copilot's powerful AI capabilities without compromising their privacy. So privacy privacy is on the top of the priority of the Microsoft in this area. First, let's understand how the Copilot work in the Dynamic and the Power Platform. So the first step is Copilot, request and input from a business users like us, like anyone in the app, like a Dynamic 365 Sales, Dynamic 365 Services, or the Power Apps. As a second step, Copilot then pre-process the prompt through, through an approach which called the grounding, which improve the specificity of the prompt, so the users get the answers that are relevant and actionable to the specific task. And it does this in the part of making a call to the Microsoft Graphs on the Dataverse and accessing the enterprise data. The user consent to and grant permissions to use for the retrieval of the business content and the context there. So this is required. The moment you start with this, you will get a prompt, and then you need to allow for that one. And also, Microsoft also scope the grounding to the documentations or the documents and the data that are visible to the authenticated users through the RBAC, which is role-based access controls. This kind of the retrieval of the information is referred to and retrieval argument generation approach and allow the Copilot to provide more contextual information as input to an LLM. That is going to be combining the user data and the other inputs, such as an information retrieved from the knowledge base articles, to improve the prompt. And as a third step after that, the Copilot takes all the responses from the LLM large language models and post processed it. So depending on all this on the scenarios, the post processing includes some combination of the additional grounding calls to the Microsoft Graph APIs, responsible AI checks, filtering with the Azure content moderations, and additional business specific constraint, and the command generation as well. And lastly, or the finally, Copilot return a recommended response to the users and send the commands back to the app where the human in the loop can review it. So Copilot iteratively process and orchestrate these sophisticated services to produce results that are relevant to the business or to your business and the accuracy with the security. Let's talk about some of the I would call this as a random myths in a fast forward manner. So we will just quickly go with some of the myths, and then we will see that what we are talking about, what is an actual fact around the area. So the first myth is does the Copilot access your data outside of your organizations? So that was a myth that Copilot access it, but the thing is that the fact is that the Copilot only access the company data and information locally. They don't push it and publish it to the global global platforms or the global users. The second myth around here is the Copilot use your proprietary business data to train the AI models. No, the Copilot use an LLM and your organization business data to produce more accurate, relevant, and personalized result. However, your business data is used to improve context only for your scenarios, and the LLM itself doesn't learn anything from your users. So whatever you're using patterns and everything, those machine learnings are not going to learn anything from those contexts. The third myth is the Copilot does not adhere to the privacy requirement, and which is absolutely wrong. Copilot is designed from the ground up on a foundation of the enterprise grade security, compliance, and the privacy. So it is compliant with the Microsoft existing privacy, security, and the compliance commitment to the Microsoft 365 commercial customers, including the GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation in Europe, as well as the European Union data boundaries. So they follow all of the principles and the guidelines around this area. The another myth is in this area that Copilot is not secure. So the fact is that the Copilot is built on the foundation of enterprise-grade security, as I already mentioned. So it is compliant with the Microsoft existing privacy, security, and the compliance commitments to the Microsoft 365 commercial customer. It is totally secure, so we shouldn't be much worried about that one. Copilot is not reliable. Again, Copilot is generative AI technology that help the user to generate ideas, content drafts, and the methods to access and organized information across the business. So it is designed to be reliable and efficient. The another myth in this area is the Copilot is not transparent, and the fact is that the Copilot is transparent about how it works, what it does. So everything is crystal clear in their architectural diagrams and everywhere in their documentation itself. So it provides the user with a clear understanding on how it generates the content and what does it use to do so. So if you probably check the checkbox for the privacy statement, you might have already gone through. Personally, I don't, because I trust the Microsoft and I trust this product, and I don't have a capacity to go for 7, 10, 15 pages of the privacy statement. But if you have a time, if you have a capacity to go through with all of those things line by line, it's clearly mentioned there. So just have a look for that. Another area is Copilot is not customizable, which is not true. Again, Copilot is in fact highly customizable and can be tailored to meet the specific need of our organizations. So We can customize the language models, the data sources, the output format, whatever it suits to our need. So that is totally customizable here. Sorry, the another myth here again, Copilot is not a user friendly. And the fact is that the Copilot designed to be user friendly and intuitive. So it provides the users with a simple and easy to use interface that make it easy to generate content and to access the information in that area. The ninth myth is the Copilot is not scalable. And the fact is that Copilot is highly scalable, like the other offering from the Microsoft, and can be used by the organizations for all the sizes. So even if you have an organization of 0 to 5 employees, or if you have an organization of 0 to 5 millions, it doesn't make any difference to them. It's highly scalable. Also, it is designed to work seamlessly with other Microsoft products and the services. So it's making it easy to integrate with your existing workflows as well. The 10th myth is in this area that Copilot is not cost effective. So for me, I think the Copilot is the most cost effective product or the solution. What I can assume right now, or what I can sense, that can help your organizations to save time, and the time is really important aspect here, and money as well. So by automating the content generation, the information access, the Copilots in this area can help you to streamline your workflows and increase the productivity. So don't measure everything on in the terms of the dollars, but the time and the return of your investment is also an important aspect here. So the myth 11th is the Copilot is not compatible with other Microsoft products. No, it is. You might get confused the Copilot with the Outlook, the Copilot with the PowerPoint, the Copilot with Microsoft Word, or the Copilot with the Edge. Basically, like it's a being converted as a Copilot now. And then you probably heard Copilot Studios. You heard the Copilot for the Microsoft Copilot for the Microsoft 365. So a lot of the confusions here, like, but at the end of the day, Copilot right now is for everywhere. Even it's your Windows, your browsers, your any of the product. Copilot is integral part of that one. Now it depends what product you are. At the end of the day, you are going to use it. Are you going to use the Copilot for the Microsoft 365, or are you going to use the Microsoft Copilot? Are you going to use the Microsoft Copilot Studio and building the pods there? It depends, but it exists and it's compatible with other Microsoft products as well. Another myth is Copilot is not accessible. Again, that is that is not the true. So the fact is that the Copilot is accessible to all the user regardless of the technical expertise. It also provides the users with a simple and intuitive interfaces that make it really easy to generate content and access information. Like my daughter is used to play around with the Copilot on the edge and generating the images for herself, generating the images for her project and so on. And she's just 7 year old, so yeah, it's not a big deal. And at the same time, I'm also using the Copilot having maybe 15, 20 years of industry experience. So maybe the search terms are different, the result we expect is a different, but it's meant for everyone. So, and then it also from the W3C compliance perspective or accessibility perspective, it's also compliant there. Copilot is not innovative. It's the most innovative cutting edge technology at the right age, and it leverages the latest and the advanced AI and machine learnings to help the users to generate the content and access information. If we are talking about the images, so DALL-E 3 is there. Now Microsoft is launching another product which called I think Microsoft Designer and something. You probably should have tried that one. So it's the most cutting edge technology right now. And Copilot is not accurate. Accuracy could be differ, but because if you have a right source, if you have right prompts and the context, what you are asking is an high accuracy and produce results that are more relevant and personalized and tailored to your organization need or to your need. So I would say no, it's an accurate. If you know what you are looking for, and if the content available over the internet around that areas or to your local organization, you will get the appropriate and accurate results. The myth 15th is Copilot is not adaptable, and Copilot is highly adaptable and can be customized to meet the specific need for your organization. So you can customize the language model, as I mentioned earlier, the data sources and the output format as well. And it suits to your need. So you can really adopt this. So another myth, Copilot is not secure enough for the sensitive data, which is again not correct. And the fact is that Copilot is built on the foundation of enterprise grade security, I already mentioned. So they just follow all of the security compliance commitments. They follow they are committed to the Microsoft 365 commercial customers programs. They follow all of the standards like industry standards or the privacy standards. So they follow it. And again, this is again a myth, and it's not correct. Copilot is not efficient. Um, it is inefficient. It is designed to be like that one, and it could be an argument point that who is the user for that one. So if we have an efficient searcher or the context prompter, we will get an efficient results back there. Copilot is not effective. We discuss like no, it isn't effective. It's meant for the highly effective and produce the high result, which is relevant, personalized, and tailored to our need. Sorry. Now let's talk about some of the limitation of the Copilot, because this is the new product and not everything goes into really the bright area. There are some dark and the shadow area around that one. So the first thing is the cost. So the cost for the Copilot, it's a paid service, and the cost may be prohibited for some users, especially when we talk about in terms of the Power Platform and so on. The errors in the Copilot may generate the code with the partial errors, and which can be frustrating for some time for us as a developer, as end users. It also, when we talk about the slow code completion, so the code completion in the Copilots can be slow, which can slow down the complete development process. The flow interruption here, like Copilot may interrupt the flow of the development by suggesting code that doesn't fit in the context, or it is not relevant to the task at the hand. Like maybe when you're trying the Copilot to generate some of the Python script or the C# script or the C# plugins in the Dynamic 365, or maybe some of the FX command into the Power FX, Power Platform, or Power Apps, then yeah, it could be misleading. Also, when we talk about something about the contextual understanding, so Copilot may not always understand the broader context what you are looking for. As I mentioned, like they cannot sense it. What you pass the command, they judge it, they learn it, and then they produce the results. So sometimes Copilot may not be always understandable the broader context of the code, and they just lead to the off-mark suggestions sometimes. Also, the flaw propagation. So if the Copilot start with the flawed code initially, it may amplify those mistakes on the top and top and top, like that one. So the building blocks, the initial building blocks are really important in that area. And some of the best practices when we use the Copilot with with the Dynamic 365 and the Power Platform. So the first thing, we need to provide the clear and the specific prompts. This is really important. This is the first step when we invoke that Copilot. So the specific instruction to the Copilot, such as the topic, the purpose, the tone, the required length, and then just keep it conversational. Like just don't go as a monologue or this stuff with that. It also evaluate the Copilot, evaluate the Copilot responses when we think about this area. Then it's a cross reference and the trusted source when needed. It responds you to get from the Copilot are the random. So it's not that every time you're just getting the same response. It's learn itself internally. And using this exact same prompt multiple times can result in the different responses, which is understandable. Also to use the Copilot in the respectful, ethical, and the lawful manner. So it avoid the using of Copilot for any purpose that might cause harm, to yourself or to the others. So they are in that terms of like really meant for the secure and the standard used. Also, it educate your employees. So we need to educate our employees about the best practices of the data protections, the password management, and the device security. So enable multi-factor authentication and implement the data encryption to your devices to safeguard your organization's sensitive information. So yeah, just stay updated that Microsoft regularly release the updates around and the new features for the Copilot around this area also. And as an organization embrace the AI assistant coding tool like a Microsoft Copilot, they're addressing our privacy and the security concerns. It's become crucial. So Microsoft's commitment to the privacy, to the security, and the responsible AI, it reflects the major implementation. Or they basically measure implemented to the protect for our data handling things, the uses within the Copilot, and by understanding all of these practices and to follow the best practices to secure the implementation, organization can confidently leverage the Microsoft Copilot while safeguarding sensitive information through a protective approach to the privacy and security. Business can harness the benefit of this AI assistant codings while maintaining the highest standard of the data protection and confidentiality. So be very relief around this area. Now just let's have a look in the system, like the different terminology I talk about, like the Copilot. How does it work with the anonymous users, the business users, or the personal users? Something like that. What are the Copilot Studios around that one? So let me just quickly share my screen and then we can have a look for that one. The first thing, if you can see a document on my screen or a web browser, just let me know so I can continue then from here. Any kind of just unmute and just tell me if you can able to see my screen because I can't see the chat. So
Yeah, it's visible.
okay, then thank you. It's a Microsoft Edge. Simply, I have a Dynamic 365 licensing guide. I simply go on the browser top right corner. I just select the tone here. I simply ask, okay, just can you just summarize? And this document is around 62 pages, has been recently released this month, like 7, 8, 9 days before. I did not have the time to just go through with all of them. So what I did, summarize this document and let's see what it could do. So it summarized it, and let's see. So it is summarizing everything for me, and just see what it is rendering. If at some point of time you want to really stop it, you can really stop it. And now the thing is that I can go with the follow-up question: what are the Dynamic 365? How I buy the license and so on. But this is something not enough. And can you make a summary for an year old kid? And let's see. So the context would be more with the simple languages because then it understands what kind of the tone they have to return it back. And now I'm getting something can you summarize in 5 points for my slides. And to be very sure, whatever and whoever the fastest person on the earth who can read the document very quickly, they cannot read the document that quicker, whatever, like, and they can summarize in the 5 point with from all the document perspective. Now it is just a 62 page of document. It could be 620 pages, but the responses more or less would be same in that case. So I got probably the 5 points for my 5 slides. And that's all. So if I have to speak with my customer about the Dynamic 365 licensing guide, it worked like a charm for me. I just copy paste from here, put it in the slide, and then when I use the slide, the PowerPoint, there also I have to have a Copilot, so I can design it accordingly by providing my context to the Copilot, and then yeah, the things has been done probably in less than an hour for me, and I'm ready for my next presentation in that case. Let's this is one thing where I don't have any login here. I just simply use the Copilot from the browser. Let me just quickly show around the other area. If I can show you, just give me a second. Let me just quickly check if I can show you. So I am here as in a Copilot here, and now what you have to do, you simply have to go and open the copilot.microsoft.com. You have to sign in. Once you sign in, you can reach it to this page. So you can sign in with your professional account. You can sign in with your personal Microsoft account as well. I signed up with my personal account, and because it is a personal account, then you can see the things now, and then I can show you a few things later. So here I'm just talking about. Um, Tell me about Indian Cloud Security Summit 2023, and let's see what is telling me about this. Okay, so I'm getting an expected result there, which is good. By the time it is generating the things here, I don't know. I haven't gone through the line by line the whole site content, but I'm expecting this isn't relevant and accurate information. Tell me more about speakers. Okay, I'm not sure if there are 53 speakers or not. Maybe somebody could confirm it, but I'm assuming there should be 53 speakers. And then it is generating everything, accordingly. I'm stopping stop the responding area here. You can just stop anytime at any point of time. But the idea is you can again start with a new topic and something. The idea and the purpose to show this one that yes, I'm able to interact with the Copilot. I'm getting the responses, and it is searching and crawling all over the internet. I'm getting the expected result here more or less. Now let's try the third way, and this time I am probably logged in with my official address. And if I logged in with my official address, so the first thing and the first difference, what you can see here, it is protected, and your personal and the company data are protected in the chat. So whatever I'm doing, it is not going to, um, to train these things to the outside of the boundaries there. If example, I'm searching something around in the document of some for the sales pitch, some RFPs and so on, it is pretty much secure. So I can search it, I can summarize it by using this one, and I can generate some summaries, some bullet points, and so on. And it is really secure. So you can just go and look for the privacy policy. But if I'm trying to search something, it is really protected by the stuff. Let me just tell me what. I'm expecting I should get some appropriate result, but I cannot control it right away, so I have to just wait for that one. Okay, I got some results here, and some of the results I got it internally from the Avnat ecosystem. And because I have logged in with this account, I can have an access of this. If I'm going to check the same thing with my personal account, I'm not able to get this kind of the results. And that's what I mentioned. It is really, really inside of the specific boundaries. And protected means then it is not showing or throwing my stuff outside of the boundary. From the performance results and everything is same. So the engine is still same. The only thing it is more secured way if you are logged in with your business accounts. Let me try one another way. So we talked about the Copilot. And before I go there, let me just show you one more thing. Let me just quickly see if I have opened this on the browser. Here. Can show something. But here. See, it's for the Studio, and if I can say it here. Okay, I can come back here. This is what I talked about the Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365. So I know it's a bit weird to just talk like this, Microsoft Copilot for the Microsoft 365 Copilot and something, but yeah, this is another offering, and the difference is this is very much associated with the product and it integrated within the product itself. So here you get a lot of things and you can perform a lot of action inside the product. Like an example, this is in PowerPoint. If you see, it is related with the Word document. So within the Word, you can generate the table. You can perform more activity and the actions over there. You can refine your result sets and so on. It available with the Microsoft Teams. It available with the Excel and so on. So that's what I mentioned. Like everything is being integral part of that one with the product itself, and I think it costs around $30 per user per month. So for me, it's not that much of the big deal because you get more in return from your investment in that case or for your organizations. So just an idea about that. Okay, what does it call about the Microsoft Copilot for the Microsoft 365? And now you probably heard another term now, the Copilot Studio, Microsoft Copilot Studio. So for the Microsoft Copilot Studio, you can simply go to the web.powerva.microsoft.com. And if you really want to try it, suppose I want to try it with this Indian cloudsecuritysummit.com. So I can start the chat here and how to use a website. So there is some kind of the prerequisites or some notes there that you should use the public website where the login is not required. Then you should go for till the 2 level of depth, and then the extension should not be there, something like that. So you can already have a look for that one. I'm going to start a chat there, and I'm going to accept. Yes, I'm going to accept this. Let's see. Yeah, this is in bot, which probably our colleagues or the organizers have not created it, but I'm trying to get the information there. Tell me about. See. Okay, it can't understand. I need to give some time here. Just let me wait. Again. Wait a second. Let me restart the chat back. It takes some time to boot up and to warm up. I think now, yeah, now we got a result. So yeah, we got a result. So we got about this 39 sessions, 3 track, 53 speakers, 7 sponsors, and everything. Tell me more about sponsors. Okay, let's see. I'm expecting a result here. There's multiple sponsors. Unfortunately, the retrieval document do not provide a specific detail about the sponsors. Okay, there are the 2 documents. Might be it is getting conflicted with something. Let me try this. Okay, so now it is trying to refine. So now it's saying there are the categories, diamond, platinum, and the gold sponsors. But there are the 2 results coming, which he really need to crawl through. But leave it this as a part of here. It's just a trial, and we are just trying it. What could be the other way to create your own, like to work with your own Copilot Studio? So when we think about this area, let me just quickly show you. So basically, you have to sign up for this. For the sign up, what you can do here, if you go to try free, and the moment you click on the try free, you will be redirected to this page where you have to create your account. And once you create an account, you will be redirected to here. So I already had an account. I just moved to the right environment from the Power Platform, and now I'm trying to create a Copilot here. Let's see how does it work. So I need to name it, and then submit 2023. The language is, the base language is English. Let me just give the site name here. Okay. And then try to create it. And if I'm just creating it here, it will create a bot for me. And this bot I can integrate with the different, different channels. Even it's a social channel like a Facebook, Teams, Slack, or uh, any of my internal or external websites. So I will get the codes. I will get some keys to integrate with that one. Just have a look for that one. It might take a couple of minutes, but because we are already approaching to the time, if there would be any questions meanwhile from the audience, I would be happy to handle this right away. I'm assuming no for now. And yeah, I would like to skip it. Yeah, this is just you are aware that something use of AI, some blah blah blah. Couple of important thing like when we talk about the channels, yes, I could do this, but before going to the channel, I need to publish it. So let's quickly publish it. It again take couple of seconds to the minutes to publish this because it has not been published, so I cannot integrate with anyone or any of the channel right now. So you can see like these are some of the basic channels available, but apart from that, we can integrate in a lot of areas, lot of other areas as well. Let it be loaded. I'm assuming it should be working fast. Regardless, it's a trial. Yeah. And now you see the channel has been enabled, and I have this much of channel available, so I can integrate with any one of them. Suppose I want to see with the demo website, so I can directly copy and paste it here. And this is just to test it. And you know, event notes. If you make a typo, that is also fine. So might be on the first chance they won't get it, but it went on October 29, 22. Probably it is showing the previous one. So I need to be very specific to this particular 2023 or something. So I know it's red, but it's red probably from the last year. And it need a time to train it because it crawls everything there. So that is an idea here. Or the second thing is, apart from that, like you have a lot of functionalities of the languages there, so you can add more languages. And yeah, if example, I want to add the German language here, so I can add it. Then I can upload the metadata translations and everything via JSON, via resource file, and yeah, then everything work like a charm. So I don't have much time to show the demos very inside this, but the idea is that like you should be able to get it like what I'm talking about. So if I talk about the Microsoft Copilot, if I talk about the Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365, which is more the product specific. If I talk about the Copilot Studio, where you can create the Copilot or the chatbots, which you can integrate with the another, other platforms. So a lot of things are available there. And just to let you know, this product initially called as a Power Virtual Agent, but last Ignite or 2 or 3 weeks back in the Ignite, Microsoft formed a new group which called the Microsoft Copilot Studio, and this product has been moved or kind of the renamed to the Copilot Studio. So you always know whenever the Microsoft see the lot of potential, they generally form the specific groups or reorg themselves and then focus so they can focus more into the area from the financial perspective, from the product upliftment perspective. So yeah, that's the stuff from here. And then just quickly back to the slide. So yeah, then you can basically connect me on my social platforms, ask your queries on my Twitter handlers, which is Ambesha19. You can scan the code and connect me over the LinkedIn. You can subscribe my YouTube channel for the slides and the more demos around the Azure, Dynamic 365, and the Power Platform technologies. I'm really thankful to all of you to spend your valuable time today and looking for your positive, feedback and the suggestions. I hope you find the session interesting and useful, at least, to find a new dimension around the copilots, around around the Power Platform or the Dynamic 365 areas, something busting about the myths around the Copilots. And I would like to open the floor for the questions and the discussion now, basically. Any question, any kind of the feedback, anything pop up to your mind, I'm ready to just get it and we can have a discussion on that. I cannot assure that I can give you all of the answers, but we could try that. And if I don't know, then I promise I would come back to you with the respective answers in the coming time.
It was a nice session, Ambesh, actually. Yeah. So
Thanks,
we'll ping you if any questions.
Yeah, for sure. You can connect to this social channels and you can approach to me. So I'm quite active on the LinkedIn. So if you ping me, hopefully I should be able to respond to you as soon as possible until there are some personal things. So apart from that, even if you ping it at 11 o'clock in the night also, I should be able to respond it. And please don't ask me when I'm sleeping, when I'm not, but I'm quite active there. Otherwise, then if you just go to the YouTube channel also, there we are just going with the Advent calendar or the Christmas calendar we used to call. So there's some set of the MVPs across the Europe here who are publishing the some of the content related with the Power Platform, Dynamic 365, PowerShell scripts, governance, and so on. So there also you can have a look for the contents. We already on the day 9th, I think today. So the 9th video is about to come out, but still we go for the whole till the 24th and so on. So there are a lot of things to be learned from that area also. Anyone else, if you have feedback or some questions around this area, you want to see some demos or anything? Assuming no. Okay. In that particular note, if nobody have any question, I saw some unmutes.
Thank you, Ambesh, for the wonderful session which you gave. It was really insightful. I think right now Microsoft just released Copilots across the different platforms like Power Platform, Microsoft 365, and also Binge, which is now Copilot. So really, I think the audience would have enjoyed thoroughly, and they would have seen Copilot in action with the demos which you took us through. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Audience, if you don't have any more questions, then maybe Ambesh, we are already on time. So I would just like to stop the recording and welcome our new speaker.
Yeah, sure.